Hi everyone, welcome back to Gracie May's Tarot. So today we're going to be finding out how can you best go about healing your heart, going through that journey so that you can welcome new love, a new start and love into your life so you can manifest love faster. Now, of course, healing is a lifelong process and it should be done primarily for yourself. But I know that a lot of times when you watch tarot readings and you get this repeating message of love's not coming in yet because you have some healing to do, when you go through that process and you hear that message a lot, it can be a bit discouraging if you don't know how to go about that, or if you feel like, I've been working on my healing for some time, what more do I need to do? So if you've been encountering that a lot, this reading is intended to help you. Or if you're just curious, that could also be, helpful. So we have 3 groups to choose from today. You're actually going to choose according to whichever deck is calling to you. So we've got pile 1 here. I believe this is called Shine Your Inner Light Oracle deck. Pile 2 here I think is just called a Self-Care Oracle deck, and then pile 3 is a Rose Oracle deck. So choose whichever deck is calling to you. Also feel free to choose more than one group. This is definitely a reading where you could be drawn to more than one pile. So timestamps are listed below in the description box just like always, and let's get into it. Alright, pile 1, welcome to your reading. So let's find out how you can best heal your heart to welcome in new love, to improve your love life. How can you go about healing? Pile 1. And a big thank you to my guides and your guides for coordinating these messages. Pile 1. I did all my shuffling prior to starting the reading. I wanted this one to be a little bit more shorter. I've been doing pretty long readings here lately, so I wanted this to be a little bit more to the point. Let's get one more card for you. I'm feeling one more card. If you can't tell, I really like the number 3. Okay, so we have Stop Judging and Start Loving. We have Practice Feng Shui, Create a Sacred Space, and Tune into Your Inner Peace. Now with this Stop Judging and Start Loving, there's 2 ways that this could apply to you, and feel free to claim both messages. But A, stop judging yourself, okay? Stop. You may be someone who is very critical of yourself. You probably picked that up from childhood. Maybe you have a parent who is very critical of you, or you just witnessed a parent being really hard on themselves. And, maybe you're an ambitious person, maybe you're really driven, and, you tend to downplay your strengths and you tend to highlight your weaknesses. You focus more on your losses than your wins. It just tends to be a repeating pattern. So try to catch yourself if you find yourself magnifying a setback and discounting when someone compliments you or you have some sort of success. So that's a message. Also though, you could be a bit critical of other people too, I'm picking up a little bit of Virgo energy here, but you could be critical of others as well. You have very high standards of yourself and you expect other people to have similar standards, and some people just work differently or have different goals or different values than you. And if you find yourself being judgmental of other people, could be an opportunity for you to ask yourself, if I keep projecting that onto other people, projecting my values and, what's important to me and what my ideals are onto other people, does that not welcome in that energy back to me? Why am I projecting this outward, and why am I assuming that other people should work or value the same things that I value? And that may be a difficult message to hear. I myself am guilty of that, like I'm really self-disciplined. And sometimes I look at other people who have a different kind of work ethic or people who are not as goal-oriented, and I just assume that they're lazy and I can sometimes project that onto other people, and but then I'm really critical of myself when I take a break. And so that may be a message for some of you of, understanding that there is value in taking a break, resting, and fun and relaxation, if that's something that you struggle with. But in general, I think understanding your values are your values, and other people may have different values. Now, with this practice feng shui and creating a sacred space, I feel like this goes hand in hand with this tune into your inner peace card. Could be that maybe you've been very frustrated and overwhelmed, maybe in your workplace or in your friend group or your family, or even if you're currently in an unhappy romantic connection. You could be, the way she's putting the hand up here, it's almost like pushing people away, like stop, like talk to the hand, that kind of energy. I feel like other people are draining you, and that could be why you're being more critical, because you're fed up with the nonsense and you're frustrated and you're irritated. And then because you're irritated, you're already in that energy, and then when small things go wrong or additional annoyances happen, you're responding more strongly than you typically would. And so I think there's this overall message of just being in your own energy and enjoying that, reconnecting with yourself. Because I think there's something in your environment that is very draining and distracting to you, but I think it's also very petty and honestly not worthy of your attention. Yeah, that's the message that's coming through. I won't harp on that, but I feel like these are practical things that you can start doing. So really creating that sacred space for yourself, creating a little corner in your room, in your home, where you can be alone, have some quiet time, and it doesn't have to be like, okay, I'm gonna set up a table with crystals and oracle cards and candles and plants. Like, it doesn't have to be like that. It could be something that personally resonates with you. Like I personally feel calmer when I'm surrounded by books. I feel like my blood pressure lowers when I walk into a library or a bookstore. That's my happy place. So if you can find items that bring you to that happy place, that make you feel peaceful and relaxed, make it whatever you want to make it. If you want to make your sacred space your bathtub because you love taking like really fancy baths, like you do the bath bombs and the candles and all that, do that. You can make this very personal to you, but I feel like you need time and space to be in your own energy, whatever that looks like. You may have a park near your home that you love, and that can be your sacred space. You can make this whatever you want it to be, but you have got to be in your own energy, because I think there's things in your environment that are really draining to you. All right, pile 1, how can you heal your heart? How can you heal your heart, pile 1? How can you heal your heart, please, Spirit? How can pile 1 heal their heart? How can pile 1 heal their heart, please, Spirit? This is a bit spicy, isn't it? This is spicy, Spirit. This may be way out of your comfort zone. So it says, play the field. Don't get so hung up on him. Go play the field. Flirt, flirt, and flirt some more. Don't wait for things to happen. Make it happen, babe. And then we have casual. If casual dating is not your thing, it might be time to look elsewhere. This guy has no intentions on settling down anytime soon. It's up to you, babe. Okay. So I feel like for many of you, the reason why your heart is hurting, the reason why your heart is grieving, the reason why your heart may be injured, may feel broken, is because it's either one person or a series of people, a series of connections that just didn't work out. People who were not wanting to commit, people who were trying to treat it as a casual encounter, and you wanted something more, you wanted something committed, and they were just not either willing to give you that, or they said that they were, but you have a very different idea of what commitment means than they do, a very different idea of what loyalty means than they do, and they just weren't making the cut. And so you were giving to people who are not giving back to you, and that created some imbalance. So the message here from Spirit is to just let it go, cut it off. You know, if you're still messing around with people who are not deserving and willing to reciprocate the energy that you're giving out, then take back your power, take back your energy, and give it to yourself. And, you know, really Spirit is encouraging you to have fun, you know, like flirt, you know, just be mindful of committing too fast. Be mindful of giving your loyalty too fast. Be mindful of giving someone your exclusive attention too fast. Ask yourself, think critically, is this person deserving, worthy of my attention, my energy, my love, my time, my resources, my efforts? Are they worthy? And when you go into situations romantically, ask yourself, is this someone that I even want or like, that I want to commit to? Because you may jump into it too quickly and have on these rose-colored glasses and see the best in people, and, you know, you deceive yourself. So I think that's something to be mindful of, especially if you notice this repeating pattern of, you know, attracting people who maybe have an avoidant, you know, attachment style. You can Google that. That's a term in psychology, but there's actually a book I'll put down in the description box if I can remember. It's called Attached. Yeah, I'll put it down in the description box in case you're interested. But knowing your attachment style in love can be so empowering and so useful, just as useful as knowing your Venus or your Mars sign, to be honest. But I'll put it in the description box in case you're interested. But yes, so if you're someone who prefers to be monogamous and you prefer to be in long-term exclusive relationships, that's fine. Spirit's not saying there's anything wrong with that. Your guides just want you to play the field and really see what all your options are. Get into that Seven of Cups energy. Consider all your options before you just so quickly give away your heart to someone who may not be appreciative of it, who may not see the value in your heart. Yeah, and if you're waiting around for someone, stop. Like, just, this card is telling you to stop. This card is telling you to let it go. And it's funny, you see like the two little like ears here and the two little ears here. It's kind of cute. I don't know why, but that message is just coming through of like, be a little bad, you know, like be a little bit more playful, I think, in your attitude towards love. I think maybe you approach it with too much seriousness sometimes. I think that's the message that's coming through as well. But yeah, take some time, be in your own energy, and then when you're ready to get back out there, have some fun, approach it with a more playful attitude, and really consider your options before you commit. Now, I know I'm doing this entirely backwards today, but we're actually going to be ending with the tarot. So I got this new deck. It just came in the mail today. I'm so excited. It's like a circus themed deck. It's very pretty. So let's see. I have the guidebook on hand in case we need it, just because this tarot deck is very different than like the typical like Rider-Waite interpretations. I had a peek inside the guidebook before I started the reading. But anyway, pile one, how can you heal your heart? Pile one, how can you heal your heart? So we have, oh, two cards. We have the Six of Cups. We have the World. Let's actually move these like this because I want to get one more card here. Pile one. Oh, two. Just kidding. We've got the Six of Cups, the World, the Ten of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles. Okay. Very exciting. So with the Six of Cups here, you see this performer is on his island. The dog is being playful. You see the woman in the sea with the three balloons here, and her cup is tied to these balloons. I feel like this is you here, because you're in this sea of emotions, all these conflicting feelings here. And you've been in this shell. I feel like this is when you're in your own energy. You know, you're enclosed in this shell. Kind of giving me like Venus and Cancer vibes. You know, being in this own shell, being ready to open up. These balloons are making me think of hope. And so you're ready to let go. You're considering letting go anyway, of your cup. And then when you release your cups, the balloons will carry them to this island. And this dog here was making me think of loyalty. This person is ready to offer their cup, but they want to offer their cup to someone who is loyal, someone who's trustworthy, someone who's going to be a real partner to their side. I feel like Spirit is telling you, there is someone out there who has 3, 4, 5 cups, and they're just missing that last cup. There is someone who is wanting to give to you even more than what you have to offer. And I think you're someone who's used to having people not even meet them halfway, and this is someone who's willing to give so much, even more than what you have. So I feel like in this heartbroken state you're in this grieving state you're in, you don't have very much to give right now. And yet, what you have to give is enough for someone. And so there's this message here of patience, of having patience. The World. Wait for someone who's willing to look at you as if you're the whole world, as if you're the only star that matters. Why settle? With the Ten of Wands, you're used to doing all the heavy lifting of carrying the whole show. The Ringmaster carries the whole show. And you're used to that. And you don't have to. You don't have to carry everything. You've been doing all the work on your own. And it should be a collaboration, right? Like a romantic partnership should be just that, a partnership, a collaboration of mutual effort. And it hasn't been that. It hasn't been that at all. And so I feel like what would benefit you the most would be to have someone, honestly, to do more than just meet you halfway. Because I feel like where you're at right now, it's like you're so jaded right now that even if someone were to offer you 3 out of the 6 cups, if we had the 10 of cups here, if someone were to offer you 5 out of the 10 cups, I feel like you would still feel suspicious because you come a bit jaded in love, like you don't trust as easily as you did before because you've been burned. And so I think Spirit is telling you, listen, there is someone out there who's willing to meet you where you're at. There is someone who is willing to open up their heart to you and teach you how to trust again. Someone who is willing to reassure you when maybe you act a bit jealous or a bit crazy because of your past. And to wait for that, to be patient for that. Like there is someone willing to give you the world. So why settle? And so there's this energy here of take your time to be on your own. When you're ready, consider all options And when you know what all of your options are, when you have dated, when you flirted, when you've done all that, and you feel fun and you feel confident and you're enjoying yourself, because it shouldn't be this whole anxiety producing thing. It should just be fun. Then this person will come in and the right path will be clear to you. It will be clear to you that this is true love, that this is meant for you. Let's just get one more card from the original Oracle deck, and that will be the end to your reading. Whoa, didn't mean to do that. Pile one. One more card to end your reading. Write down your goals and dream big. Maybe do a little bit of scripting. Write down your ideal characteristics. What are you looking for in a partner? And if you don't know how to answer that, that is your starting place. What are you looking for? Because what your heart desires is also seeking you. But if you're not clear on that, how can it find you? How can that energy match you when you haven't even set the intention? So that would be the starting place. Write down what is going to bring you the 10 of Pentacles. I'm sorry, not the 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Cups, right? The 10 of Cups has the rainbow on the tarot card. Write down what is going to bring you the 10 of Cups. What is going to bring you pure happiness and fulfillment? What are you looking for in a partner? All right, pile one, this was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I know this was a little bit different. Comment down below if you would like to see more readings like this. Please consider liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you always know when I upload. I appreciate all the support that I've been getting. It's been really cool to see the channel grow. I wish you the very best on your journey. Take care, pile one. All right, pile two, welcome to your reading. So we're doing things a little bit differently today. We're going to be starting with the Oracle and ending with the Tarot. So we're going to get, I think, 3 cards. Pile one to, I'm not pile one, pile two to start. We'll get 3 cards. How can pile two heal their heart to welcome new love or a better love life? Pile two. How can you heal your heart to manifest true love? Pile two. How can you go about healing your heart? Pile two. A big thank you to my guides and your guides for coordinating these messages. Okay, that's already spicy. Spirit is being funny. I can tell you that right now. Pile two. One more card, please, Spirit. Pile two. Oh, you may have been drawn to pile one. They also got a similar, well, they got this exact same message, just in a different deck. Okay, let's put this here. So we got soak in a bath, pleasure, and make an altar. So with this pleasure card that came out first, pretty direct message. Self-love. Obviously, we know what type of self-love this is talking about, but self-love will help you heal your heart. Learning how to please yourself, take care of yourself, will kind of teach you that we all need social connection, right? We all need love in some capacity, but it's okay to be single, and it's okay to give that love to yourself first, and it's very empowering to know how to give that to yourself, so you're never terrified of losing someone, and you don't have that energy of desperation, and you won't settle for anyone that isn't giving you what you need. And this is going to help you welcome true love into your life, to heal your heart, because you're going to know that whatever it is that you need, you can take care of yourself, and other people won't be able to use that as a way to control you, okay? And when I say that, I mean physical intimacy. You can give that to yourself. You don't need someone else to provide that for you. And so I think that will make you feel better. And I think also, in a more general sense, if you have a discomfort with your physical body, if you're not happy with your physical body for whatever reason, I think getting in touch with your physical body, getting comfortable with your physical body, learning to love your physical body and the vessel that you're in will be so healing for your heart. There's this like quote that says something like, "My body said thank you to me because finally I was its friend and not its enemy." Like, kind of think about how you talk about yourself, you know, in terms of your physical body. Like, how do you speak about yourself? How do you think about yourself? How radical of a change would it be if you just accepted your physical body as it was and you were kind and gentle to it instead of insulting it or wanting to change it all the time? What would that look like? That radical acceptance, the almost how revolutionary would it be for you to just accept yourself as you are every single day? Doesn't mean you don't have goals for yourself, but you can love yourself in the process, in the journey. What would that feel like? How good would that feel? I think it would warm your heart to be gentle and kind to your physical body. Now, we also have soak in a bath, and I feel like this is just encouraging you to really take some time out of your day to pamper yourself, to show yourself that you are worthy of luxury, you know? So if a bath isn't your thing, you can change this to something else. But if you think about a bath, it is very very ritualistic, okay? Like, you get the water to the perfect temperature. Now you're lighting candles, maybe some bath bombs, some bath salts, some oils, some soaps, bubble bath, you know? Maybe you put some crystals, maybe you pick out a book or a magazine that you want to read in the bath. Maybe you have a glass of wine or, I don't know, whatever your favorite drink is. You know, something like a glass of lemonade, I don't know. Maybe even you put flowers in the bath if you're super fancy, you know? You pick some nice relaxing music to play. There's so many steps, right, to setting a luxurious bath. And so something in your life, if you don't enjoy baths, but something you could do that would show yourself that you are valuable and worthy. It could be like giving yourself a manicure or a pedicure. That would also be something that involves a lot of steps, time, and effort. Showing yourself that you are worthy of time and effort, I think, would be a really nice thing to do for yourself. And then we have make an altar. Like I was telling pile 1, and I'm sorry if you watched pile 1 and this is repeating for you, but an altar can be anything you want it to be. Anything at all. So any space that you can cultivate where you have quiet, where you have peace, where you're surrounded by things that you love, that's an altar. You know, it doesn't have to be crystals and plants and you know, whatever. It doesn't have to be, you know, essential oils and all this. You know, it can be whatever makes you feel good. Like I was telling pile 1, for me, I feel so much comfort and peace the minute I step into a bookstore or a library. I love to have books around my house. I'll always have books around me. It just makes me feel safe and secure. So anything like that, you know, create a sacred space for yourself. That would be really helpful. Or if you don't have a lot of space in your own home, or you don't have peace in your own home, finding a place in nature that you can go to if you have a great local park, you know, that you enjoy, or if you have, you know, like you're like me and you love the library, something like that would be so beneficial, so healing for your heart to have that space for yourself. All right, let's get some more messages here. I won't shuffle a ton because these are already shuffled. But pile 2, how can you heal your heart? Pile 2, how can you heal your heart? Pile 2. These cards are so slippery. I just dropped like half of them in my lap. Glossy cards are so pretty, but then they are kind of a hassle when it comes to shuffling. Like, so that was too many cards even there. Pile 2, how can you heal your heart? Pile 2, how can you heal your heart? We'll get one more card for you. Pile 2, how can you heal your heart? Okay. So we have embrace your beauty, give yourself some extra love and attention, treat yourself to a facial, a rose bath, or anything that helped you feel and see your own beauty. Yeah, this is repeating a lot. Like your guides really want that message to hit home. I think some of you have not been feeling your best. You haven't been feeling pretty, beautiful, handsome, attractive, whatever term you want to use. I don't feel like you've been feeling your best. And so if you can do something to really make yourself feel good in your physical body, that will help greatly. You know, like if that is, you know, like you want to start working out again, but do it because it makes you feel good about yourself, then do it. You know, everything you're doing, make sure it has a positive intent behind it, not because you hate yourself and you want to change, okay? If you feel better doing a facial, do a facial for yourself. It can be small, like do a little sheet mask, you know, like dye your hair, you know, like do something to make yourself feel beautiful and attractive. Again, whatever terminology you want to use. Do something that makes you feel more comfortable in your own skin. And I think a lot of it too is going to be positive affirmations, speaking in a way that is kinder and gentler to yourself. You know, telling yourself until you start to believe it, that you are attractive, worthy, and deserving of love, okay? That's going to be really beneficial. And you can get really creative, and you can even look on Pinterest, you know, just type in like positive affirmations for beauty or something like that. Or even like if you want to work on certain chakras, you can type in like root chakra affirmations and you get a whole list. If you have trouble, you know, creating your own affirmations, just Google it, you know, look on Pinterest. There's a lot there. And I think also, just putting time into yourself, making time in your routine for yourself, showing yourself that you're worthy of that. Because maybe you just give too much of your time and your effort to other people, and you put yourself at the bottom of the list. And if you think about it, if you're not taking care of your physical vessel, how can you say you're taking care of your mental health? Like that's your root chakra, that's your base. You know, take care of those immediate needs. Show yourself that you're worthy, not only of, you know, the basic sort of hygiene, but going that extra mile, you know, pampering yourself a little bit. Even if it's as simple as starting to put on lotion every night before you go to bed, like doing something simple in your daily routine, I think will make you feel so much better. And then we have come back to earth. It's okay if you need fantasy to survive reality, if that's where you need to be. Just don't get lost in dreams. The real world is waiting for you. You could definitely be my daydreamers because I feel like you struggle with being present in your physical body. You may resent it. You may prefer to live in the higher chakras, but I think you're my daydreamers. And I think that if you use certain things to escape reality, whether that's daydreaming, reading, art, anything that kind of pulls you out of the present moment, start doing some grounding things to bring you back, okay? So that could be anything involving nature, okay? Anything involving getting outside. But I think, again, like connecting back to your physical body. So that could be exercising, like yoga, because that's very focused on breath work, right? Deep breathing exercises, you know, if you don't want to do yoga, could even be helpful. Journaling, you know, calling a friend, just doing something that brings you back to earth. You know, it could even be just like cleaning your space, you know, doing some household chores, but mindfully doing them. You can Google like mindfulness exercises. That could also be something that could be helpful for you. But yeah, I think that if you prefer fantasy to reality because reality has been so disappointing for you, just be mindful. Like, it's okay to do that sometimes, but if you're doing it all of the time, you're kind of pushing away, you're pushing off real world blessings, real world gifts. You're postponing your gifts because you're lost in your head, and you know, the gift could be like knocking on your door and you'll miss it because you're in your daydream, you're in your head. Now, literally, we have love offer here. A new love offer is on the horizon. Keep an open mind. It's the only way you can explore, create, and grow. Progress is impossible without change. So you're the first group that says new love is knocking on your door. New love is on its way to you. So I feel like there's a little bit more urgency here for this pile to really do this work now so you don't miss this opportunity. And a big part of that is starting to participate in your own life again. Because I think some of you have checked out. Some of you have completely checked out. You know, like maybe you just come home and you listen to music, you daydream, you read, and like that's it. You know, like you don't want to participate and you're lost in your head and your own thoughts a lot. And so getting back, you know, to the physical reality is going to be so beneficial for you. And how exciting is this, right? All right, so we're going to end with a tarot, which I know is, again, the reverse of how we typically do things. This is a new deck. I literally just got this in the mail today. I'm so excited. It's a circus-themed deck. It's beautiful. I didn't need to reference the guidebook in pile 1. I don't always look at guidebooks when I get new decks, but this one's a pretty special deck, so the guidebook is gorgeous too, so I'm definitely going to take some time to read it. But I'll probably just read my intuitive messages. If anything looks confusing though, I have the guidebook on hand. All right, pile 2. How can pile 2 heal their heart, please, Spirit? What do we need to know? Pile 2. Ooh, 3 of Cups. The Emperor. I'm gonna move this here. Pile 2, how can you heal your heart? We've got the 5 of Cups. Let's get one more card for you. One more card for pile 2, please, Spirit. How can they heal their heart? Okay, they really want to give you 2 cards, so you're getting 2 cards. Okay. Ooh, this is a little spicy. Okay, so I think the love offer that's coming in is going to be from this Emperor. Absolutely. And it's funny. I feel like your guides are wanting you to embody this Emperor energy because this is the energy of the love offer that's coming in. The next partner that you have, or the next person who expresses romantic interest in you, is going to be this Emperor. And your guides are wanting you to embody this energy because they're like, if you want to manifest this person into your physical reality faster, you need to be at this energy. You need to be expressing this energy because then you will attract it to you. You will be matching that vibrational state. So the Emperor is someone who is in the major arcana, okay? even just looking at the way the Emperor is expressed here, he's like the muscle man, okay? Like, he is very comfortable in his physical body, right? Like, he is a star because of this physical strength, because of this, the physicality of him, right? So the person who is coming in, this romantic interest that's coming in, is going to be someone who is very comfortable with how they are physically. They're going to be someone who's probably really into fitness or sports, or someone who is very practical. Probably the Emperor is Aries, but I also think of Taurus with this, and I'm also picking up earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. I already said Taurus. But I think this person presents as someone who is very grounded in the physical. You know, this is someone who materially has their ducks in a row, you know, like financially they're stable. This is someone who is knows what they want, is very bold, and not someone who is shy. And this person may even want to move things physically faster than what you're comfortable with, because I think that, again, like, you have this insecurity, something about your physical body, and it could be that you're not typically like that, but I feel like right now at least you're struggling with that in some capacity. But it's like your guides want you to get comfortable in your body, because when this person comes in, they are so confident, and if they're showering you with compliments, and you know, the Emperor is very direct. He doesn't play games. Like, he's gonna see you, want you, and tell you that, you know, they want you. And remember, when I say he, I'm talking about energy. It's divine masculine energy. I'm not talking about gender. But if you're someone who's insecure in your body, that would be very overwhelming and uncomfortable to have that kind of attention, even if it was positive attention. And your guides don't want you to be intimidated by this person. You know, they don't want this person's confidence to worsen your insecurity. They want you to be ready. They want you to be ready. And they want you to be in an energy of receiving. They want you to be able to receive positive attention from this person. They want you to be able to receive compliments from this person, because when this person comes in, it's going to be very fiery. It's going to be very electric. I think the physical attraction they feel for you is so strong, and you're going to be very attracted to them, and you may think that you're not good enough for them. And that would just break your guide's heart. You know, like, your guides don't want you to feel like you're not good enough. Your guides want you to be able to receive this offer of love. Okay? And a big part of that too, with the Ten of Pentacles, getting more stability, getting more grounded in the physical. Okay, and I think this person is going to be, like I said, wealthy. They're going to be financially stable, and very self-assured. This person is so confident. So confident. They could be a little bit older than you. Regardless, though, they just have a mature energy. This is someone who knows what they want, and they typically get what they want. They're an achiever. With the Six of Wands, they are an achiever. This person is used to life saying yes to them. They are used to being victorious. And so I think that they're definitely going to pursue you. They're going to chase you. And with the Three of Cups here, Spirit really wants you to have fun with it. They want you to enjoy it. They don't want you to worry. They don't want you to stress. And they don't want you to compare yourself to other people. And they don't want you to worry that maybe the past is going to repeat itself, and you're going to keep finding yourself maybe in third-party situations, or situations where, you know, someone else is being chosen over you in love, you know, where you feel like you're always playing second fiddle to someone else. They don't want that for you. They don't want you ruminating on the past. They don't want you, you know, focusing on past hurt, past rejection. They want you to move forward. They want you to see your value, to see your worth. They want you to see that success and love is possible, that you could have this fiery heat and attraction with someone, and it can be mutual, that you are attractive, that you are worthy of that kind of attention. Okay, let's end with just one more self-care card for pile 2 to end your reading. Pile 2, one more self-care card. One more self-care card. There we go. Oh my gosh, stop it. Everything has been about getting back in touch with your physical body, building strength. Whatever you want to do to reconnect to your physical body, do it. But I think exercising, building physical strength will help. But I also feel like when I think of strength, I think of Leo and the strength card in tarot, right? Finding that inner strength, knowing your worth, knowing your value, that's going to help. Do those positive affirmations, okay? Do whatever you can to build up your self-confidence. If you have to fake it till you make it, fake it till you make it. Also, I feel like you could meet this person at the gym or out in nature, because we got so many things about, you know, the physical body. But okay, this was your reading, pile 2. I hope that you enjoyed it. I know this was really different than the readings I typically do. If you want to see more readings like this, comment down below. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you always know when I upload. I appreciate so much all the support, love, and encouragement that I've been getting on this channel. It's been really cool to see our community grow. And good luck on your journey. I'll see you in my next one. Take care, pile 2. All right, pile 3, welcome to your reading. So like I was telling the other 2 groups, we're doing this a little bit backwards today. We're going to be pulling Oracle first, and then we'll end with Tarot. So pile 3, how can you heal your heart to welcome in new love? How can you improve your love life? How can you heal your heart to manifest true love faster? How can you heal your heart? A big thank you to my guides and your guides for coordinating these messages. Pile 3, how can you heal your heart? Pile 3, how can you best heal your heart to welcome in new love? Some cat fur, I swear. One more card, please, Spirit. Pile 3, how can you heal your heart? I'm just gonna take the top card here. Okay. So we have the crowning, initiations, threshold, birth, rebirth, a seat at the table. We have codes of the seeds, the blueprint is within you, take the next step. And we have open, say yes, expand through the extremes, and trust life. Okay. I feel like there's an overall message here of trusting your ability to make good decisions. Maybe you feel like you've made the wrong I feel like in the past you feel like you have made the wrong decisions in love. I feel like there's this feeling of regret and this feeling that almost like you just don't trust yourself not to repeat the same patterns. You don't trust yourself to be discerning. You know, you're worried that you're going to keep having, I know you chose the Rose Oracle. There's this fear of having rose-colored glasses on and being worried that you're going to fall for the same tricks again. I feel like you have felt deceived in love. You have felt that people have been manipulative and people have maliciously and intentionally misguided you, lied to you, broken your trust, not respected your boundaries, like all of it. I feel like you've really been through it. And you also chose the Oracle that is a lot more deeper than the other 2. And so I feel like the depth of your pain is a bit more intense, because I feel like you're grieving this innocence. You know, like you miss being able to be naive about love. Like you miss having that kind of like teenager, young love, new love attitude, that like fresh-eyed, you know, like you miss your heart before it got hurt. You miss how open you used to be. And you miss being able to that's that innocence. Like, you miss having a crush. You know what I mean? Like, you miss that. You miss being able to idealize people and it was fine and nothing hurt. You miss being able to have your heart on your sleeve. And you don't feel like you're able to love the way you want to love, because when you put your full self into it, other people don't match that energy. And so you feel like the way you love is wrong because you love too openly, too deeply, too fully, really. And you don't understand why other people can't give the way that you give. I'm sorry, the neighbor is so loud. I hope you guys can't hear that. And you've just been through these deep, painful losses. Or maybe you've never been in a relationship before, but it's those almost, like those almost loves. Almost Lover by A Fine Frenzy is coming up. I haven't listened to that song since high school, and I feel like that's, again, that energy of like, I miss that innocence. I miss kind of almost like a Taylor Swift song or the Taylor Swift album. Like, you miss that. You miss having that sort of head over heels feeling. And you're terrified of feeling that way again. You blocked yourself off from it because of that pain, because of that hurt, that betrayal, that disappointment. But your guides are saying you deserve a seat at this table. You deserve to love and to feel love. You deserve to be held. You deserve the full force of what it means to be in love. And they're so sorry you haven't experienced that yet. But to trust that it is your birthright to feel that. You deserve to feel that. You deserve to feel the full force, the full weight of romantic love before your time on this planet is up. You deserve that. And to know that you deserve that, and to still be open, like the seed being cracked open, like, you've been in this self-protection, this guarded mode for too long. It's time to emerge again. It's time to put yourself out there again. It's time to trust that the universe is going to bring the right people into your life. It's time to trust your own discernment again. It's time to trust yourself. Because if you know yourself, if you've met yourself very deeply, then you will know what your boundaries are, what you need, what you're craving, who your soul is calling you towards. You will know this. You have great intuition. The problem is you're too smart for your own good, and you have lied to yourself. You have deceived yourself. You keep thinking other people have deceived you, but they haven't. You gave them permission to do so. And not to say it's your fault, but you were so craving love that you were willing to buy into a false narrative. You were willing to lie to yourself and say, I can trust this person, when in your gut you knew that you couldn't. And so there's nothing wrong with your intuition. The problem is that you haven't been listening. So when you start to listen, you won't have to have this fear anymore. Your intuition isn't wrong. You can trust yourself. You just have to start listening to it. Okay. Pile 2. How can you heal your heart? Pile 2. And trust everything you've been through. You've been growing. You've been learning. Spirit is saying you've been incorporating these lessons already. Like, acknowledge that. Acknowledge your own growth. You've already been on this healing journey, Pile 3. This is nothing new to you. This is nothing new to you. I mean, we've got a lot about rebirth here. We've got a lot about expansion. You've already been in the cocoon. You're in that final stage, I think. So we have stay grounded, take a step back, and be fully conscious in the present moment to align your soul to your true self and help you control your emotions. Every single group today got something about grounding themselves, and that's not really surprising because I think in general, people who watch tarot readings and are interested in spirituality tend to be in those higher chakras, tend to be in their head more. It's a bit more difficult to come back down to earth sometimes. So it's not surprising that's there. Even with the green here, connecting to that heart chakra. You know, if you're not into meditation, that's okay. You can do other things to get grounded. It can be as simple as taking a walk outside. You know, it can be having some plants in your space that you take care of every day. You know, if you like to connect to crystals, those can be grounding. You know, things like that. Even journaling, you know, writing. If you like, I like to write poetry, you know, that could be something that could ground you. Something like that. Okay. We have kiss of love. Your lover's soul met your soul through a kiss. He is yours forever. Don't worry, his soul will find his way back to you. He still feels you. And then you also have it's not over. Don't turn your back on love. Love isn't easy, not for anyone. You can't push it away because there's a few bad apples. Keep fighting. So, couple different messages with this. Okay, someone decided to mow their lawn. The neighbor is really giving me trouble. I hope you guys can't hear that. Jeez. Okay. A couple different messages. For some of you, you are hung up on a past love, and not saying that you need to get back with this person, but because that person is yearning for you and you are still maybe grieving that loss, I feel like there's an energetic cord there, and it will be up to you. You have free will, right? Whether you want to sever that cord, if you want to go back or not. But regardless, you have to do something about it, okay? Whether you want to move towards that person again or you want to leave them in the past, you've got to reconcile that, because it's draining your energy as it stands now, okay? So whether you want to move towards them or not is up to you, but that is something that needs to be healed. You know, you can't welcome in new love if that's what you're wanting, if that cord is still there. And if you want to get back together with that person, something needs to be done, right? Because as it stands right now, they're yearning for you and you are grieving this loss. I think also with it, the way it says here, don't turn your back on love, don't push it away because there's a few bad apples. I always use the Snow White example, and my apologies if you've heard this before, but if you're in this energy of saying like all men are this or all women are that, you know, like whoever you date, you know, if you say like everyone's out to get me, you know, all people want to do is break my heart, everyone's a liar, you know, like all men cheat. If you say things like that, if you make sweeping, overly like generalizations because you have been hurt, then you're basically like Snow White and the poisoned apple. If Snow White swore off apples forever because the evil queen poisoned her with an apple, that wouldn't make much sense, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with apples, okay? Not all apples are bad. The evil queen was the hurtful one. The evil queen did that. So it would make sense if Snow White blamed apples instead of blaming the evil queen. So it's the same thing. You know, like if you date men, don't hate all men because one man hurt you. That doesn't make sense. How are you going to blame an entire group of people, an entire demographic, because of one individual? There's like 7 billion people on this planet. One person? And you're going to make a generalization like that? It's not logical. So it's just saying, don't give up on love. Don't hate love as a concept. Because one person or even several people hurt you. It's not love's fault. You are giving love to the wrong people. But there's nothing wrong with loving, and there's nothing wrong with you or your heart. Don't blame yourself either. There's nothing wrong with the way that you love. You are just loving people who do not know how to love the way that you love. There's a poem by Warsaw Shire called, it's on YouTube. It's called For Women Who Are Difficult to Love. And you don't have to be a woman to watch it for it to resonate. You know I'm all about energy and not gender. But Watch that. Watch that. I think that would be so healing, so good for your heart. Watch that. Because there's nothing wrong with your love. There's nothing wrong with your heart. You're just giving it to the wrong people. I also feel like Spirit wants you to expand your understanding of love. And understand that just because you're not in a romantic partnership right now, or even if you're in an unhappy romantic partnership right now, that doesn't have to be the only source of love in your life. Love can come through friendship. Love can come from your relationship to the divine. Love can come through your relationship with yourself, with your family, okay? So I feel like Spirit is encouraging you to expand the love in your life in other areas. So we have friendship. Focus on building friendship before becoming lovers. Get to know them for who they are without letting attraction get the better of you. Have patience. So I feel like, again, expanding your idea of what love means, developing more friendships in your life, developing deeper bonds with your current friends will be helpful in healing your heart. But also, even when someone new comes in, if that's what you're wanting, focus on building that solid foundation first, and that solid foundation can come through friendship. Get to know them, and then you won't have to feel this anxiety, this fear that you're wrong, that they're not worthy of your love. Because if they're a good friend to you, even if it doesn't work out romantically, at least you know they're a good person, and that they're not out to screw you over, because you can trust them as a friend. You have that solid foundation. All right, let's get your tarot. Pile 3. This is a new deck I just got in the mail today. I'm really excited. It's a circus themed deck. I'm just realizing some of these cards are flipped over. I'm gonna fix that. Sorry guys, taking a second. It's a gorgeous deck though. I'm definitely gonna be using this in a lot of readings. It's really unique too. It's not that closely based on the Rider-Waite Tarot. At least in the interpretations I read in the guidebook, it's quite different. All right, pile 3, how can you heal your heart? Pile 3, how can you heal your heart? Okay, bottom of the deck we have the Queen of Cups. Let's put her right there for a second until I get these cards moved over. Oh my gosh, everyone is being so loud outside. Okay, so I actually want to start with this Judgment card because this made me smile when it came out. Look at this Queen. The way she's holding her heart, the little staff right here, the way she's putting her hand up, her crown, and then this fiddler back here. I feel like she's moving confidently across this stage, right? And she's got her eyes closed. And it makes me feel like you are following the tune, the song of your own heart. And if you're not, you need to start. Like, you can trust how you feel. You can trust your intuition. It's like, trust yourself. Please trust yourself. Don't discredit your own judgment. Don't discredit your own ability to discern who is good for you and who is not. Okay? Like, step into that Queen energy. Trust yourself and say no. Put a hand up to what is not good for you. Like, this to me, because judgment can talk about karma, you are done with the karmic relationships. You are over it, okay? Like, you have resolved what you need to resolve. Remember how I said you've been on this path for some time? You've done your healing. You've learned your lessons. It's time for you to receive true love. It's time for that. You're owed it. You're due. You're due. You are due true love. Trust that. and you're moving in a better direction with the Six of Swords, you can trust that you're on the right path now. You can trust that. You can move confidently into your future. You can be overflowing with love. And it's okay. The Queen of Cups here, you have developed emotional maturity. The Magician, trust that you can manifest true love. Trust in your own ability to call into your life the right person. Trust that. Trust your magic. And trust that you deserve it. You know, like, don't feel like you're not good enough. Don't feel like you don't deserve it. Don't feel like the universe has been out to cheat you or screw you over. Because really, you're going to attract what you think you deserve. You know, perks of being a wallflower, like we accept the love that we think that we deserve. What do you feel like you deserve? Because that's what you're attracting. So if you can say confidently, I deserve true love. I deserve Two of Cups. I deserve Ten of Cups. I deserve my soulmate. You know, I deserve someone who is going to reciprocate the energy that I'm giving out. I deserve someone who loves me the way that I want to be loved. What do you want? How do you want to be loved? And I'm thinking of The Notebook where Ryan Gosling, I forget his character's name, but where he's so frustrated, he almost feels like he breaks character because he seems so irritated. Like, I think he gets so in the moment. With Rachel McAdams, again, I don't remember the characters' names, Allie. He's like, what do you want? What do you want? And she's like crying and hysterical. What do you want? The universe wants to know because they are so ready to give it to you. What do you want? Tell us. Because we will send that person your way. Show us what you want. But we want to know that you feel like you deserve it. The Rose Garden. This is going to be the card to end your reading, my friends. It says, innocence, forgiveness, be gentle with yourself. The Rose Garden. I love this for you, Pile 3. I love it. Remember in the very beginning, I said, you miss that innocence. You miss being naive. You feel like you've been robbed of your openness, of your willingness to love. You feel like they took it. Honestly, for some of you, it may be as deep as you maybe regret some past sexual encounters with other people. Like, maybe you regret even that, like even being touched. Or you regret the intimacy that you shared with those people. Like, you regret telling them your story. You feel like now they didn't deserve your story. Like, you feel like they didn't deserve to know your secrets. They didn't deserve to know your vulnerability. And you want it back. And Spirit is saying, call it back. Call it back energetically. Call it back. You can't turn back the hands of time, but you can call back your own power. And you do it by loving yourself. How radical is that? Loving yourself, being gentle, being kind to yourself, forgiving yourself for opening up to those people, for trusting those people. You're so hard on yourself about that. You were not wrong to love. Forgive yourself for that. How can you blame yourself for loving? You loved people who were difficult to love, and those people made you think that you were the one who was difficult to love. They projected that onto you because they didn't know how to love themselves, so they couldn't accept that love from you. It was terrifying to them that someone could love the way that you loved. It was scary because they didn't love themselves. They hadn't met themselves. For you to love them was too much. And so you always felt like you were too much. You were too much. And somehow in feeling that you were too much, you felt like you weren't good enough. And that's crazy. It makes no sense. You are not too much, and you are enough. You're more than enough. So love yourself, grow your own garden. Be in your own abundance. And look at how she's basking in that. Look at how at peace she is. Look at how serene she is. And she can keep her eyes closed. You can keep your eyes closed. Their eyes are all closed. Because you don't need to see with sight. You can see with your heart. You can see with your intuition. Your emotions are guiding you. Your emotions tell you everything that you need to know. Your heart knows what it needs. So trust yourself. That's the biggest thing. All right, pile 3, this was your reading. I hope it resonated. I hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to see similar readings like this, comment down below, or if you have any video topics you would like to see, I will be happy to try to accommodate those. Yeah, so like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you always know when I upload. I appreciate so much. I want to express so much gratitude for everyone who's been supporting this channel. Thank you so much for letting me read for you today. I loved your energy. I really enjoyed this. So thank you so much. And I will see you in my next one. Take care and be gentle with yourself, pile 3.